Hi, my name's Bethany, and I just wanted to make a video about 5 things that I kind of wish I knew going into having a baby. Just like simple things that, maybe everyone knows, but for me personally, I didn't know. Very nice to know these things kind of going in. So in case people don't know, and this is just my opinion, my experience with this, you could read books. For me, I'm not a huge book person, so I just watched YouTube videos or like other parents that I know or just like talking to people. My name is Bethany and I have 2 kids. This is going to be probably different. I had 2 short labors. They weren't longer than like 6 hours, both of them. So let's just jump right in. First one is your water doesn't always break, ahead of time. So I'd recommend like just listening to your body. If you feel like something's going on, get to the hospital, obviously. For me, with my son, my water broke 45 minutes before having the baby, and then with my daughter, my water didn't even break till I was pushing her out on the table. So in movies I always thought water breaks, you have time to get to the hospital, or like I'm almost right. So just listen to your body. If you feel like something's going on, get to that hospital or your home birth or your doula or whatever you're doing. Then the second thing is the bleeding. So I was bleeding a good amount with my first kid, and I was just freaking out because I didn't know if that was normal or not, or what was going on. Like, bloody show, is that like, what is happening? And then with my daughter, I didn't bleed at all. So it's like different experiences, different things. So when I went to the hospital with my son, I had like a newer nurse because she was doing her practicum or her clinical or whatnot, and so she was panicking with me a little bit, so because she didn't really know if that was normal or not, or like maybe she was just freaking out because I don't know, but it was very traumatizing to me. And then the more people I talk to and more things, you talk to even the doctor, you realize it's actually quite common and not abnormal to happen. And then the third thing would be the placenta. A lot of people, they're like, oh yeah, my placenta's out, blah blah blah, great. For me, it was with my first kid, it was like a whole thing. I thought I was having another kid because it was a bigger placenta, and it took about 20 minutes to deliver the placenta for me. And then my second one, it obviously was more normal and natural, so it kind of came out about like 5 or 10 minutes after, which is I think more normal, and I didn't really have to push that one out or anything like that. The first one I had to like push it out like it was like another baby, kind of. It was crazy. Obviously it comes out easier than the baby, but still it's crazy because I didn't know that going into it. So I was like, what the heck's happening? Is it something wrong? Like, fourth thing would be the aftercare. A lot of people, tell you be prepared for all the things like the hemorrhoids, the have a padsicle or whatnot, all those things. But really, like, you don't know until after. Like, every birth and every baby's different. For me, my aftercare for my son was terrible. Like, it literally was worse than having him. It took like so long for me to cover. It was more internal that I ripped instead of just like on the outside. So for me, it took so long for it to heal. Everything hurt. TMI, like pooping, everything. It was just terrible. Laxatives were my best friend for a little bit. And then for my daughter, nothing really. Like, I had her, and then my boobs and different things hurt. Wait, TMI. But this is a birth vlog talking about delivery here. It's really a non-TMI situation from all the ones I know about anyways. And then the last one is the birth plan. So you go in there with an idea of what you want, what you don't want, different things like that. I almost didn't choose the hospital that I had him at, which would have been terrible because the other ones are all so much further away from me. But because I didn't want to not get an epidural, because the anesthesiologist is not always on hand there and they have to call them in sometimes, I almost didn't want to go there. And then here I am having 2 fast labors where I don't even get it, and that would have been the make or break for that hospital for me. And then I would have had the babies probably in the car because they're that much further that I wouldn't have made it to the hospital. So just, obviously if you can change it and can make it the way you want, do it. But at the end of the day, like, getting your baby out and being healthy is the best thing. So if something doesn't go as planned, try not to just stress about it and just try to, everything happens for a reason. Like, hope that everyone there has the best intentions for you, and obviously if you can change things, do it, of course. Like, make yourself comfortable. It's you having the baby, not anyone else. So, but just if something doesn't go as planned, don't worry. Like, it will be okay. Baby will be out, and then everything will be better once the baby's out. And it does end worth it, because they're just so great that you forget about the pain. And that's why people have way more than one kid, because you forget about it. Like, you have your baby and then you're happy, and then it's all worth it. So just know that even though you have a set plan, and if something changes, don't worry. Like, your baby's gonna be out and you're gonna be so happy, and everything's gonna work out how it's supposed to be. Okay, thanks for watching. I hope I wasn't too awkward here. I don't really know how to make YouTube videos, and this is my first one, so be nice to me. Thank you.